Depending on who you ask, they'll tell you I'm a legend. From YO to the Veil to the Mongo spot on Creston. Always been 1,000, never ever been a lame. Lay a nigga down for these 3 letters on my chain.
Peace, y'all. We're shaking with it, man. You already know how it's going down. This is your boy, your dog, Hood and all that, man. And you are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Tales from the Hood vlog series, man. Stop what you're doing right now and smash that like button and smash that subscribe button for your boy. And while you at it, make sure that you stream and download me and Shaheem's new single called Get Back. It's available on all digital streaming platforms. And while you at it, make sure that you follow my new Instagram account at RealJHood_, because IG did some BS and deleted my old joint, so I'm trying to get back up, so help your boy out. You heard me? All right, anyway, with that being said, let's get into today's episode. What we're going to talk about today is how when the first time I went overseas, it was nothing like I thought it was going to be. All right? Let's get into it. Now, the first time, that I went abroad was, I say it took place right around the time when I was about to leave D-Block, right? And I mean, like, literally right around that time. I got booked for like 4 or 5 shows, right? In a place called Nottingham. Over there, they call it Shottingham. You feel me? So my right-hand man, who's usually my hype man when I do shows, he wasn't able to go with me to the show because he couldn't get his passport in time, or he didn't have his passport, excuse me. Now, they booked me like a month and a half to 2 months in advance. So, like I said, during that time, for whatever the case or whatever the reason was, he wasn't able to get his. So what I had to do was I had to reach out to someone else that I knew, a real cool dude that really wasn't my right-hand man or even anyone that was in my like everyday crew. He was just someone that was like super cool that I knew. But he had his passport and I didn't want to go over there dolo, so I ended up bringing him, you feel me? Now, he was going to have to end up hype manning me, you dig what I'm saying? He never was my hype man before, but he was my hype man on this trip. So anyway, I'm anticipating the trip. It come time to go over there now. We get on the plane, a long plane ride. Like I said, I've never been over there. I don't know what to expect. I just see, all the stuff from the movies and all that. Like, don't get me wrong. I know it ain't going to be no, hello, would you looking to great perform? Or nothing like that over there, because that's that fake movie stuff. So I'm like, all right, so I don't know what's going to go on when I get off the plane. So we finally get there, got off the joint. Now, homie that booked us, man, he did it right. I ain't going to hold you. I got to salute him. You dig? Like, he came to school me up. He had the Range, he had the BM, and he had something else. I think it was like an Audi or something, but all fly joints, big boy joints. So we get in the whips. As soon as we get in the whips, he got Bud rolled up for us and all that. I'm like, okay. Get up in here, like, you want to roll your own? Like, whatever, man, I'm rolling. But I see how they rolling. I'm like, yeah, let me roll my own joint. So I roll, we in the car. On the highway, they speeding, like, like the highway is crazy. You could, like, go crazy on it, so they going nuts, like no rainbow. So we finally end up going where we was going after being on the highway for probably like 30 minutes. Like I said, it wasn't what I expected, man. He like, yo, you want to drive? I'm like, nah, hell no, man. You feel me? Like the steering wheel on the other side and all that. I'm like, nah, man. You feel me? I ain't never drove a whip on the reverse side like that. I ain't trying to crash up. I ain't even trying to risk it. So I'm like, nah. So we end up going through the town. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Okay, like I can't even explain like how it looked, but it just wasn't what I expected. So they taking me through a tour of the, of Nottingham. We ain't go through the whole Nottingham, obviously, because we had just got there. So we going through the, I guess, downtown area, and they end up taking us to his, to the studio. So we chilled there. They breaking down mad bud for us and all that. They showing us the way that they roll weed, like they rolling weed in joint papers, but it's almost like when people roll with grabber, right? So they putting tobacco, crushed up tobacco in their joint. You feel what I'm saying? And rolling it up. So they really like smoking cigar weed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I ain't really trying to rock with that. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really getting down with that. But anyway, I think like the next day they took us to a shooting range, but it wasn't like your regular shooting range. It was like, how can I explain this, man? In the movies, you see the rich people going to like them little the areas when they had their shotguns and they be shooting like little plates and ducks and all that stuff. It reminded me of some duck hunt type shit. When you put the gun up, and like, you know what I mean? I'm shooting the shotty and all that. We smoking. I'm like, yo, this is crazy over here, man. They got us over here shooting that like clay clay plates and all that. But it was fun. You feel me? It was a different experience. And they end up taking us to the hood after that. Now, like I said, I was definitely not expecting this. It was like, I don't know if it was Project. Matter of fact, yeah, it was Projects. They told us it was some P's. So we went over there. It was like flooded. I'm talking about 25 niggas with hoodies, smoking, just some G's. Everybody G'd up over there. You feel me? I'm like, damn, okay, this shit like, nigga, this shit hood. You feel me? Like, it could have went down. Like, but they showed me like super love. Like, I felt extra comfortable. Everybody was like mad, respectable, and it was a vibe. You feel what I'm saying? Like, everybody was dapping me up. They couldn't believe I was there, and they couldn't believe just how accessible and cool I was at that point. Now, this is the thing, right? We end up going to the studio. Now, they didn't know what was going on with me and the guys at this point. So I end up, I think, laying a couple of tracks for this mixtape called Judgment Day. Now, what people don't know is I made half of that while I was over there. You feel me? So while I'm recording this stuff, you know, the people that's in the studio, they're looking like, they hearing me? They're like, yo, they looking at each other? I'm like, yeah, there's some stuff going on back home. You feel me? Like, nah, da-da-da-da-da-da. It ain't this, it ain't like that, da-da-da-da. They're like, what? So they was hearing it like firsthand from me over there. You dig? So they couldn't believe it. But they didn't let that change the way that they was treating me over there. Everything was still all love. But I don't know if I said it before, but 2 of the 4 or 5 shows end up getting canceled because of some difficulties that they was having with the venue over there. So the 4 shows end up turning into 2. Now, one of the shows that I did, like, it was cool. It could have been way better. But, you know, at that time, I was like on some stuff too where it was like, it was silly. I say it now, you know, now that I look back at it. But for a long time, I never wanted to perform none of the songs that I did with the guys. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do the 2 Guns Up. I didn't want to do the All Up On Me's. I didn't want to do the Nobody. I didn't want to do, you know what I'm saying, All Up On Me. Like, none of the songs that people really know me for. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have like a gang of memorable songs as it is that people know. So them joints I didn't even want to do. You feel me? Because I still felt a certain way. So I ended up doing some songs that nobody really knew. And I ended up being able to pull it off, but it wasn't the performance that it should have been. You feel me? But anyway, we ended up getting it done. But it was cool, man. They showed mad love, and I've been waiting to go back over there ever since. Like, that specific place, I haven't been there since then. But they showed super love, and it was crazy because they end up, I think, they booked P, probably I think a little after that. You feel me? So he ended up going to the same place that I had went. But that was dope. So shout out to Nottingham, Shottingham, all my guys over there in the flats. You know, mad love, salute. With that being said, man, look, make sure that you like this video, subscribe, drop a comment, follow me on Instagram at RealJHood. Make sure that you stream or download me and Shaheen's new single. Run up the rest of my catalog, and man, stay tuned because we got a lot of stuff about to drop. You hear me?